Ishmael. If you know anything about American literature, you should be familiar with those lines. It's one of the most famous in history. It's the very beginning of the book Moby Dick, probably the premier American novel. And it's an interesting way to begin when somebody's telling a story. Ishmael is the narrator of the story. He doesn't say, "My name is Ishmael." He says, "Call me Ishmael." It's a little different. This is somebody who doesn't quite know his name. This is somebody who doesn't quite know what he's here for. He doesn't quite have his definitive direction. And as the first chapter goes on, we learn that that's pretty true, pretty accurate. He's an educated man for sure, but he says pretty much, I need time away from the land. I'm not really attached to the land. I'm going to go to sea. And maybe I'll find myself there. That could be very often true of all of us. Often the sea is a borderless place, and there's really no direction in particular. And sometimes we can feel like that life is like being at sea. I don't quite know what I'm doing, where I'm going, and what it's all about. It's a good metaphor for not knowing one's name, because in the history of Judaism and Christianity, a name is great significance. It's not just something we call ourselves for the sake of convenience. It means I am somebody. I'm a person. I have dignity. And so we celebrate today the name of Mary. And so we don't just have a title that we call her. It's her person. It's her person, the dignified person that she is before God. She knows herself. And she knows herself as belonging completely to God, which is why her name is definitive. And the virgin's name was Mary. There's no sense of lacking direction in her. As Ishmael goes out into the sea, as we see about from all of the crew that enters with Ahab seeking the white whale, they all begin to define themselves by the whale, by each other, by the ship, by their going out and doing this work of whaling. So their identity is all tied up with this whale. Think about it. The title of the book is The Whale. You know when the whale shows up? 3 chapters before the end of 135 chapters. And yet, he's the title of the book, and everybody is defining themselves by this search for this whale. So we can be in that situation ourselves, defining ourselves constantly by the thing we seek, defining ourselves by the work we might do, defining ourselves just simply by the company we keep. Because we all yearn for a direction, we all yearn for a name, we all yearn for a set identity. And the truth is, only God knows that. Only God knows who each one of us is beforehand. And that is why we need to celebrate this day of Our Lady, because she's not confused. She is totally defined, completely defined by her relationship with God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So we need to look to her, call upon her, think of her, be anchored by her. Traditionally, the fathers and the saints of the church understood the name Mary as star of the sea, the fixed point that when we're lost in the ocean of life, we look and we can always know our direction, because she's there to show us the way towards God. You know, she had an adventure herself. She was afraid. She lost her son. She had to see him suffer. She had to probably go through the embarrassment of being a child without marriage. She went through the poverty. She had to escape a tyrant to go to a foreign country. She knew what it was like to be a refugee. She didn't live just a simple life of poverty in a small town. There was a lot of tumultuous events in her life. But she never lost her way, because she defined herself completely by her relationship to God. And that's ultimately what grace means. Grace is not an abstract thing. It simply means how much do you define yourself by God and your relationship with Him. That's how much grace is. That's how much grace is alive in you, by how much you define yourself by God. But, as you probably know, at least I do, in the sea of life, as we go through this journey, Sometimes, God can be seen very distant. I'd love to define myself by God, but I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. Our Lady